I'm so excited to be live. How is everybody tonight? What are you going to be reading? I I've been a little absent from my channel. I've been like making videos and stuff. I just haven't had the time to actually, edit and post them. And so I was like, you know what? I want to do sprints tonight. I just do. And Destiny right here actually put the bug in my ear because she was like, I'm going to do some reading sprints on my own tonight. And I was like, like at home. And I was like, I'm going to do them on my channel. So she is reading the Wedding Dress Sewing Circle. Jamie is reading the Wedding Dress Sewing Circle. And I am reading the Wedding Dress Sewing Circle. They're farther than me, but that's okay. That's why I needed to do some sprints. So, yes. And I was writing a post on Instagram because my school, okay, I have to show you this. My school just showed a picture. Maybe I can't show it because it has my students' faces on it, so I shouldn't. Okay, so I won't show it. It's okay. But my students, I was complaining because I use these things called whisper phones where you like hold it up to your ear and your mouth and you whisper into it and it's really loud in your ears. So if you're like practicing reading aloud, then you can hear yourself, but not everybody around you hears yourself. And I have my students read their papers to themselves so they can read their papers to themselves out loud so that they are so they can hear if they made like typos or mistakes or anything like that. So I was kind of lamenting because I don't have enough for each of my students to do it at the same time. And it's fine because I usually just have them do it like in spurts or whatever. And one of my students designed and printed on the school's 3D printer some whisper phones for me because I have the best students ever. So my school, for some reason, today, Saturday at 6:30 Central, decided that they needed to share a picture of that, and I just happened to see it, and I just needed to share it right away because otherwise I would forget. And that's that. Oh, I can share. I'll show you a picture of the. Sorry, now I'm obsessed with this phone because it's so cool. Okay, so you like, it doesn't matter which end, but you hold one end up to your ear and one end up to your mouth and you talk it. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. And yeah, they just decided that they needed to do that for me. It's so cool. I just love my students so much. Hello. I just finished A Light on the Hill and now reading The Bookshop of Yesterdays. I saw that book yesterday. So I think it was on the Audible sale. I think the Audible 2-for-1 sale, it might be on there, or I just happened to see it on Audible. I think I was on Audible when I saw it, and it looks really cute. Hello, Kim. I am reading When We Had Wings. I need to pay attention before I get confused. Okay. Brittany's here. Hello, Brittany. Hello, Cool Gamer. Hello, Anna. I need them too. I have finished. This weekend so far, I've finished my 3rd and 4th book for the month, which isn't terrible, but it's less than I usually read. And, it's fine. Like if I read 4 books in a month, it's still 4 books in a month. But I just feel like I'm not finishing books. I have like a million books going and I need to not. I need to focus on a couple books and get them finished. So I'm reading in Spanish, a Mexican author. Awesome. I wish that I knew more than one language. I know some vocabulary in Spanish, and that's it. I'm one of those people that cannot learn another language. You're welcome. I'm so glad to see people. I just I just had an urge and it's all Destiny's fault. So thanks, Destiny. When the Dead When the Dead Sit Talking by Brandon Hobson. I have never heard of that book or that author, but it sounds very intriguing just by the title. I know. Well, okay. Well, I don't I know that I have great students. I try to be a great teacher. Um, yeah, I'm very proud of my students on a regular basis. We just had a Veterans Day program yesterday, and my eighth graders and I worked on doing a flag ceremony to learn about the respect to the flag and reverence to the flag and things like that. And there were veterans at this program, and it just it was so cool. They just were so serious and just took it really seriously. It was really cool. I just have the best. I have the best students ever. They're wonderful. Oh, I skipped one. Sorry. Hello, trying to finish. We Are the Brennans tonight. I have that. Haven't read it. That is one of my book of the month books. Still on your second, Destiny. Something going on in November. We're all super busy. Yeah. Yeah. I ended October and started November in a slump. I wouldn't call it a slump, in more of like a speed bump. Did somebody call it a speed bump? Just because like I read so many good books during Catch-up-a-thon. Like I really did. Right before Catch-up-a-thon, during Catch-up-a-thon, it was like great book, great book, great book, great book. And not to say that the rest of the books I've read weren't great, but I read so much and I was like and I was more focused too. I was reading one book, maybe two at a time. Like I was listening to one, I was reading one. And I don't know. I just felt a little slumpy. So, here from Argentina. Nice. A teacher of English. I teach English language arts reading to 5th through 8th graders. So 5th grade would be about 10 years old to 13 years old. They light up my life. There's such a difference between the 5th graders and the 8th graders, and it's so fun to get to watch them grow. It's a really small parochial school, and it's just like I know all the students in that school basically from kindergarten up, because I just see them every day. Like they all walk out the door past my room. So I see all the students every day. They all know who I am, and I know I love my school. Wow. Enough Japanese and Spanish to say hello, thank you, and ask basic questions like where's the bathroom, but not enough to understand the answer. Yeah, I know how to ask for the bathroom in Spanish. I wouldn't feel comfortable. Well, my cousin, like she speaks fluent Spanish. Her husband is like his first language is Spanish. And they will have a conversation with each other, and I would just stare at awe at them. But if she like slows down, then I can understand it. But you know, that's on me. Yeah, we have the Brennans too. I don't remember what it was that piqued my interest for We Are the Brennans. Like I got it I don't remember why I got it, and so I haven't really picked it up because I don't remember why I wanted it. Like, I don't know why I chose that for my book of the month. So, I don't know. I know I thought it sounded great. Rose City Stitcher teaches first grade and wrote letters to the veterans. They're so sweet. Oh, yeah. So leading up to Veterans Day, everybody in the school were writing letters and things. So at the end of our Veterans Day program, the fourth grade teacher took the letters and put them into kind of groups for as many veterans as we knew were going to be there, and like rolled them like a scroll and put a blue ribbon on them. And then the fourth graders went around and handed them out to all the veterans. It was so cute. It was adorable. It was just adorable. And then one of my former students is currently serving in, now I can't remember where he's serving, but he was in 8th grade my very first year, and he is currently serving. His birthday is in like November, the end of the month. And so my students, like the upper grade students, all wrote him birthday cards. So he's going to get like a massive clump of birthday greetings. Thanking him for his service from his alumni school. And I love it when we teach kids how to be good citizens and appreciate things. And I love it when they get into it. I think it's so cool. Brandon Hobson is a citizen of the Cherokee Nation tribe and a university professor. Oh, nice. So, Native American History Month, especially. Awesome. Starting Leaving Lyman tonight by Lisa Klein Ransom. I love the first one. I just lost it. I love the first one. Finding Langston. Love it. Love it. Love it. Anyone planning to read a book in recognition of Native American Alaskan Native Heritage Month? I would like to. I am hoping to possibly get my hands on a copy of Indian Horse. I think it's available on Hoopla or Script, but just the ebook version. So I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to. Excited to be reading Where the Dead Sit Talking, Firekeeper's Daughter, and A White Horse. Nice. We Are the Bredens is really good. Yay. 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 All right. It's been 15 minutes, so we can do a sprint. You know what I didn't do? I did not choose a AMSR room because I got distracted. So let's see. Let's find my favorite. I know I had one. This one. Okay. Okay. I'm perfect. Ooh. Okay. Where am I? I know how to do this. I do. There we go. Oops. All right. Let's do 20 minutes. Can you hear? Yeah. All right. All right. How did everybody do? I caught up. I'm on page 184, which is the last message that I have from Jamie or Destiny about the book, which they both probably read like 20 pages, so I'm still 20 pages behind, but that's okay. Yeah. Hi, Stargater. How are you? It's good to see you. So I thought about reading The Wedding Dress Sewing Circle because it's one of my longer book of the month books. And then Jamie was like, "Oh, I have The Wedding Dress Circle. I was going to read it." Jamie, I can't pronounce her last name. I'm sorry, Jamie. Said she was going to read it, and Destiny happened to have it out from the library, and she was like, "I'm reading it too." So we all just decided to read it together, and it is kind of a fun book to read with other people just because you get to talk about the characters, and like there's not a ton of plot. It's very character driven. So it's very much about how these three women, Cressida, Violet, and Grace, are dealing with having to make changes to their plan because of World War II. And it's been really, really interesting reading about life then. But we're all noticing it's just not very plot heavy. It's very, very character driven, which I love, so it's okay. Just 10 pages, had to do bedtime duty. Well, good. No. Kim got 18 books. Anna got 15 pages. I hope I'm not saying your name wrong. Let me know if I am. Kimberly reading Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing by Matthew Perry. I so want to read that book. Cannot wait. 15 pages, and my heart may have cracked a touch. All right. I am liking Grace a little bit more. That's all I can say. Jacqueline, hello. Listening to the audiobook for The Office The Office BFFs by Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey. Played Pam and Angela on The Office. Hi, they're funny. I've seen heard their podcast. And yeah, they're cool. Sorry, I just got a text. Enjoying about hearing the behind the scenes stuff from the show. I love behind the scenes of TV shows. Like, I just think it's so fun. I read in September, I read the Friends, a book behind the scenes of Friends. And I was just, they're so fun. So fun. 4 pages, little distracted. Page 29 to 33. That's okay. Distractions happen. Hence, yeah. Hence how my reading life has been. I get distracted by other books. I just don't focus on one book, and by other things as well. I cannot pretend that I don't get distracted by other stuff. Halfway through The Bullet That Missed. That was actually the first book that I finished in November, and I really liked it. That is part of the Thursday Murder Club. It is the 3rd book in the Thursday Murder Club. It's not the last, because it's going to be like a full-on series. And I love the series so much. I love the characters in it. I love how they are so different, but they just complement each other so well. That whole series just cracks me up. It is hilarious. Joyce is my favorite character, just because she's so out there sometimes. Like, she can be so laissez-faire, or like she's like, something will happen, she's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, what? I love her. I also love Elizabeth. She is awesome. Ibrahim is awesome. I love them all. They're so good. They're such great characters. I love it. And I love the mysteries are really good too. So, yeah. Katie got a few pages read, but mischievous cats are demanding some attention. So not as much reading as I would have liked. I hear that. Yeah. Animals, they get a little demanding sometimes. It's like we neglect them, you would think, by how much they decide, especially cats. Like, all of a sudden they'll just decide that they want attention. And it's like, I've been here like this whole time, and now you decide that you want attention too. Like, come on, give me a break. Gotta love them. Wow. All right. I don't know what time that sprint ended. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can see. Um, 7:08 it ended. So we have a couple minutes yet that we can chat if anybody has anything that they would like to say or talk about. Um, I went so I'm in a reading teacher, um, a professional reading teacher like organization called the Wisconsin State Reading Association. And they have leadership like weekends where there's the head like leadership people meet on a Friday night, and then the next day like other leadership people come. And I'm on the leadership for my local council, so I got to go there today. So I last night took went down to Milwaukee and stayed overnight at a hotel. And because as if you live an hour and a half away, then they like will pay for half of your hotel room. Not gonna say no to that. Okay. So I was in a hotel room and like just sitting and reading, and I couldn't do anything else. Like all I could do was read. It was great. Um, that's a lie. I also watch some TV. But but I did get a lot of reading done. I got a chunk of Wedding Dress Sewing Circle. I got a chunk of a nonfiction book that I just finished called Shifting the Balance, which is integrating the science of reading and balanced literacy. So like, I don't know how much those of you watching have like are around like reading, teaching situations. And you might think this is boring, but I think it's fascinating. So I'm just going to talk about it for a little bit. So like, there's the idea that there has to be balanced literacy. And then the current trend is leaning more towards the science of reading. And the thing is that there are people out there that think it has to be this or this, and it can't be both. And that's really what makes teaching very frustrating sometimes, is that the people that make the laws oftentimes look at like they think it has to be this way or that way, and it can't. Like, it has to be a combination. And it's very interesting, all of the logistics that go into that. So anyway, this book, Shifting the Balance, is about integrating the science of reading and the balanced literacy classroom, which is just really fascinating to me as a teacher. Sorry for anybody that I just bored there. But Brenda, hello. Also from Wisconsin. Yes, it was like this mini vacation where I was just like, I'm gonna sit in this hotel room, and it was great. I need to do that more often. This is writing teacher off duty, didn't even realize. I just read it as mini vacation. Like, I didn't even realize that you had an extra M in there. But yeah, like it was nice. It was a nice night. How many books have I read this year up to now? I am on 190. I think on Goodreads it says I have 188, but I just finished 2, and I don't think that I said I finished them yet. So I think it's 190 at this point. So, yeah. So I read around 15 books a month, usually, but not. I don't know that I will this month, which is fine, because it's fine. Hi, Krista. Babysitting, just put the kiddos to bed, reading The Premonition at Withers Farm tonight. Jamie Jo Wright, right? She can write a book. Nice. Jacqueline, high school ELA. I feel like I think I knew that. I think think I knew that. I didn't remember though. So yay. Um, I love talking to other English teachers. So that was kind of nice where, it was a lot of networking and being able to talk with other people. As the school that I'm at, fifth through eighth grade, I'm the only language arts teacher. So I can't really network within my own school. Like I can't collaborate with anybody else that's teaching the same thing that I am. So at the same level. So it's really nice for me. I love professional development. Like I love going and learning and all of those things that make me a little bit crazy, but a little bit of a crazy person. But I just think it's so great to be able to talk to somebody else that's kind of like in the same boat or in a similar boat or yeah. So very cool. There are quite a number of teachers here, and I love that. There's also quite a few non-teachers here, and I love that as well. Thank you so much to all of you that are here. I'm really, really I'm so excited to see so many people. I just got back to town from an archery tournament, going to start Snowflower and the Secret Fan. Ooh, I've never heard of that. Snowflower and the Secret Fan. See, that just sounds intriguing to me. Were you in the archery tournament or were you watching somebody in the archery tournament? I feel like that's an important distinction to make. And also, how did it go? Snow flower and the Secret Fan. Ooh, that's a gorgeous cover. That's really pretty cover. Now a major motion picture. Huh. Very cool. Son Competes did great. Not his best, but yeah. Kudos to him though for still doing it, even though he's trying to get over the flu. Like that takes a lot. So, yeah, definitely cool. I really like archery. I think it's really fun and cathartic, and it's not something that I just like do on a whim, but when I was younger, anytime I had a chance to choose an archery as an activity, I was like, yes, let me in. Yeah. Yeah, first cool thing was my dad and his siblings are, oh, nice. Oh, that's so cool. And he got first. Not his best, but he got first place. I love it. That's probably the part he focused on, as it wasn't his best. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Would you like to do another sprint? It's been almost 15 minutes that we've been chatting. I think I need to do a better job of paying attention to what time we stop the specific sprint, because I forget and then I don't know how long we've been talking. So, but let's do another one. Was the music okay for everybody? I checked when I muted my sound, and I got on my phone and looked up my sprints, and my phone was picking up the music if I muted my microphone. So hopefully that worked out. Let me know for next time if it didn't. Oh, there's little dogs sitting here. All right. Happy reading. Hello, how did everybody do? I'm kind of a fan of the crickets chirping to stop the clock. I got to page 200 and I totally know what Jamie was saying about getting a little choked up. Or I don't remember how you put it, Jamie, but what did you say? Heart may have cracked a touch. Yes. Got it. Katie's on page 211 of A Snake Falls to Earth. Page 211. Wait. You're both on page 211? Okay. Horrid place to stop. Wait. No. Are you talking about Katie's two? Okay. Or are you on page 211? No. I don't know. Why am I so confused? 6 pages, 33 to 39. Nice. Slow reader, 1.5 chapters in the retreat. I don't know that I've heard of that one. 211 of our book. Okay. So you're 11 pages ahead of me then. And yeah, I'm in the middle of a Grace chapter, and I gotta tell you, Jamie, I'm liking Grace more and more as a character. The Bookshop of Secrets by Molly Rushmeyer. Mayer. It has bookshop in it, so I need to look that up. Ooh, that is a very pretty cover. It must be historical fiction because we're looking at a woman's back. It's all the rage. Collection of lost books holds the clues to our family's legacy and our future. Want to read? Holy cow, that sounds good. Okay. Whoops. 10 pages, prepared some orange juice and crackers with cheddar cheese. That is a good reason to not get as much reading done because crackers and cheese is, I mean, crackers and cheese is crackers and cheese. I love cheese and crackers. Seriously, love it. My students for Halloween, we always have a Halloween party. And one thing that three things, I guess, that parents sign up for. One parent signs up for cheese, one parent signs up for like the meat slices, and one parent signs up for the crackers. And they're so good. Like no matter what they come with, it's always so good. There's always like a bunch of different kinds and it's great. But we realized last year we weren't allowed to have anything homemade for any birthday. Like birthdays weren't allowed to bring in like homemade treats, like because of the pandemic regulations and things like that. We still weren't allowing homemade treats. And that's, not a thing anymore. But we just copied and pasted last year's sign up to this year. So there were no homemade treats at our Halloween party. And it just felt like something was missing the whole time. We couldn't figure out what. Oh, it was great. It was great. Krista had to keep going to the end of the chapter. This book is creepy. What did you say? Ghostly, a killer of women summoning spirits of the victims. Yikes. That doesn't sound like a usual Krista book. I would also like to know this. Where is it ranking compared to her other books? Creepier than the others so far. I've only read one, but I loved it. Like a lot. I loved it. I love the characters. And I have the one that you sent me for your Christmas in July, Krista. Which one is that? It's the one that you read when you were at your cabin. I can't remember. And I don't see it right in front of me. I think I have that book, Bookshop of Secrets. I could have just as easily been reading that book instead of the Bookshop of Yesterday. We'll just start it and you guys can have a buddy read. So fun. High school teacher, for Halloween, my students took ideas from the movie Carrie and prepared the prom of hell. They're all covered on red paint, including me. I want to see a picture of that. That sounds really fun. Really fun. That's great. I wore a, I have a picture. My colleague and I always dress up as puns. So let me see if I can find oh, oh, oh. Oop, ooh, ooh. We forgot we have a third colleague now, and we forgot to tell her about our puns. But okay, so ridiculousness. Okay, so that's going to be really, really hard to see. Okay, so anyway, so this is the Magical Princess. We forgot to tell her about the pun thing, but she looks great. And then I am dressed like a cat, but I have little party favors because I'm a party animal. And then my colleague, she is so, like, her puns are on point. She's got a bunch of Amazon name tags, and then she has a bunch of numbers, and I bet you can guess what kind of numbers they are. I'm going to give you a second to guess on that one. Reckoning at Gossamer Pond is the one that I read. And the one that I have to read is, what's it called? Where is it? Ah! It should be right here. Well, this is frustrating. I'll have to look at it for it later. Oh, yes, prime. Prime numbers. Oh. and so I teach 5th through 8th grade language arts, and she teaches 5th through 8th grade math and religion, and then our other colleague teaches science and social studies, which is what I was also teaching science and social studies last year, and it was crazy. So thank goodness for our new colleague. So it's the 5th graders, I think it was the 5th graders, were just learning about what prime numbers were. So she shows up with all these prime numbers all over the place. It's so great. So great. Okay. Not a normal read for me. Or is it? I know, right? Okay. Yes. Simone St. James, you love her. And there's some ghosts in that. I was just thinking more of like the summoning spirits, because like the summoning spirits is like, you know, I don't know though. But if you're loving it, you're loving it. That's that's all there is to it. So obviously, it's a great read for you. So I'm putting name tags all over with different people's names on it, and wore a mask, and when is it identity theft? Oh, one of mine did he wore the boxing gloves and had the Hawaiian shirt and the Hawaiian lei, and one has a Hawaiian punch. And I was like, are you a nice Hawaiian punch? And he does not, like, he's not old enough to know that commercial where the guy was like, would you like a nice Hawaiian punch? And then he punches them. He's not old enough to know that commercial. I thought it was hilarious. He laughed because he's a nice kid and doesn't want his teacher to laugh and look stupid and, you know, whatever. It was great. It was great. That's one of our we have a contest. And so we have one of our contest options is a play on words. And he was the only one this year. That was, and he won by default, but he looked awesome. So yeah. Hi, Jean. Good to see you. I mean, your name. I'm glad. I don't see you, but I'm glad you're here. I love Dear Edward so, so much. I love Dear Edward. I love that book. I love the two kids. They're so like I just keep on saying every time I think of that book, I'm like, I just hope that my kids have a friend like Shay and are friends like Shay is, like, oh, I just love Shay so, so much. She's such a great character and a great friend. And Edward is he's got such a good little heart. And I love Dear Edward. Okay. Sorry. All right. Simone St. James did not write Station 11. That is Emily St. John Mandel. And I always got that mixed up. I do want to read Station 11. I have not read it yet. I have it in my apartment. It's in my living room. And it just keeps sitting there. I got it right before the pandemic. And then I couldn't do it because I didn't want to read about the pandemic. Yeah. Emily St. John Michael. But yes, you had the saint correct. Yes, definitely. Listen to Station 11 on audio several years ago. I've heard that it is so good, and I really want to read it. I definitely want to read it, but I couldn't right when I got it. Like, it was definitely not a book that I wanted to read at that point. You weren't a big fan of Station 11. I wonder what the adaptation is like. My nose is really itchy tonight. I'm really sorry. I just keep on itching my nose like it's going out of style. I keep looking for that book. Okay. It's somewhere. I know it's somewhere. I can't find it though. When did the adaptation come out? Was it just recently? I don't remember when I heard that it was a thing. Oh, Bowman, this is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. One of those Canterbury Tales type adventure books. Oh, interesting. Well, because it's like a theater troupe, right? That, like, it centers around a theater troupe. Last year. I remember hearing that it came out. I don't remember because I hadn't read it yet. So it wasn't on my radar to read yet. So. Jamie, I almost blocked you. I have no idea how, but I almost blocked you. I don't know how to block people, but I almost blocked you, Jamie. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm sure nothing came up that said, you are almost blocked by the host, but I still feel really bad. Theater or musician troupe, post-apocalyptic. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Should we do another sprint? I want to do another sprint. Don't cry. Man, I didn't. So the choices are to put the user in the timeout or block them. I didn't even almost put you in a timeout. Like I legit almost blocked you. That would have been really sad. I would have cried, like out in front of everybody. I would have been crying. That would have been bad and sad. Okay. All right. Let's do another sprint. Is anybody else willing to do a longer one? I'm kind of thinking 25 minutes. Went to like her comment, but live chat has only 2 options. Yeah. I don't know. It was weird. I felt very bad. Very bad. Krista's still reading as we chat. She's not even paying attention to us. We should all be insulted. Right? No. I don't know how to unblock somebody if I accidentally block them. Don't do it. Krista says go for 30. Yeah, let's do it. I'll go for 30. Oh, but then, okay. You know what? We're going for 35 because I pressed the up arrow. 30 and I'm too lazy to press the down arrow 5 times. So that's what's happening. Oh, I am reading The Wedding Dress Sewing Circle. Yeah, it's too small. You won't be able to see that. I'm reading The Wedding Dress Sewing Circle, and I'm reading it actually as a buddy read with Destiny and Jamie. And so they're both in the chat and yeah. So Krista, I do take a mile. I do. I hang out with middle schoolers all day. That's all they do is take a mile. So it rubs off. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Do it. All right. Okay. Let's start the music. Start the timer. Happy reading. All right. How was everybody's sprint? I read 30 pages. I was on page 200 and I am on page 230. And I had to stop when I got to page 211 and agree profusely with Jamie. Not to give it all away, but I'm really liking this book. It's really not like it's so not full of action. It's really not. But I just love the characters in it. There's this banter between two of the main characters that is beautiful. There's like it's just really well, not two of the main characters. Between well, between two of the main characters, but there's like each of the main characters, each of the women has a like a each of the main characters has a love interest, and like one of them, their banter with their love interest, like it's beautiful. It's so great. I love it. Love it, love it. Jamie's on page 234. So, oh, you're only 4 pages ahead of me. Ha, ha, ha. Ooh, Destiny, I passed you up. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So you, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. So you got to the good part though, Destiny. You got to the good part. I'm so excited about what happened in what I just read. Oh, love it. Okay. Holy cannoli, this might not have been the best book to bring at night, and creep. And you're babysitting, so you can't even like grab a different book unless you brought more than one book. Oh no. Able to read a few more chapters? This is a good thriller. I cannot remember what thriller you were reading. No, I do remember. Don't remember the title. I think I looked. I'm glad you're enjoying it. 39 to 54 and the end of a chapter. Woohoo, 15 pages. Nice. Yeah, the wedding dress sewing circle is a very even pace. There's nothing too crazy. The character stories blend well together. Absolutely spot on. Each fills a missing piece of fabric for the whole dress or piece of clothing. Yeah, like it's just love it. Love it. I've never heard of anybody I know actually reading Dear Edward. It's just going based off Goodreads reviews. Most people I've suggested reading this have said it sounds so depressing. Honestly, it has one of the most depressing premises ever. I mean, it's a little boy who is literally the only survivor of a plane crash. Like, that's depressing. It's depressing, but oh my gosh, it's so full of hope and love and resilience. And oh, I just loved it. Krista's patrons read that. Was it in September or August? I think it was in August. And it just, I loved it. I loved it so much. So much. I love that it was an adult book that focused on a young kid. So like it really did read. It read young enough that I could give it to some of my students and I could be like, read this. Oh, but it was so beautiful. Like it's so beautiful. I should. Some of my girls were looking for a new book to read, and so one of my girls loved Shades of Grey, or Between Shades of Grey. Let's get the right title there, Between Shades of Grey. And she just loved it. And she was like, I just need more books that have that kind of a punch to them. She loves Mick Hart Was Here. If you've heard of Mick Hart Was Here, it's a middle grade about a girl whose brother, Mick, passes away in a bike accident, like a bicycle accident. And it hits all the heartstrings. And she really liked that too. I think she would really love Dear Edward now that I'm thinking about it. And there's really not, remind me if there's anything like super inappropriate that I should be worried about, but I've read it twice and I don't remember anything. So I should throw that at her and say, read this, dude. I should. I really should. So anyway. Darn kids and trying to do no diaper at bedtime. A lot of interruptions. Oh, well, it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. It is. It's quite lovely. I think you're talking about the wedding dress sewing circle. You might be talking about Dear Edward. Either way, they are both lovely. Frustrating how Miranda's parents are obviously keeping an important secret from her that has impacted a very important relationship between her and her Uncle Billy. I'm really not liking her mom. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, yes. Jean, Krista loved Dear Edward too, an honest portrayal of grief and beautifully written. It was. And like it just sparked like one day she was reading about a plane accident where there was one survivor, and she was just like, what would that survivor's life be like afterwards? And it's just it's so good. So good. Not so sure her relationship with her BF is the most healthy either. Oh, I don't like that. Quite lovely as regards to wedding dresses. I mean, Dear Edward is also quite lovely. It sounded like I was going to recommend 50 Shades of Grey. Honestly, I tried reading that and I felt like I was reading about all kinds of, it was not for me. It was not an Amy book at all. No, but I dislike that this book, Between Shades of Grey, every student that I have had that has picked this up has picked it up because it sounds like that book. So they want to read it, but then they love it for other reasons. It is beautiful and I've read the graphic novel version of it. I haven't read this version of it. And so my student that just read it was like, you need to read the non-graphic novel version, Miss Bowman. And I was like, okay. I mean, I need to read a lot of books is the problem, my friend. Like, that's the problem. Yeah, I cannot say that I recommend 50 Shades of Grey. So all the power to someone that can. It's not me. 25 pages. Very nice. Nice. What age group are you recommending Dear Edward to? So Dear Edward is absolutely an adult book. Like it's for an adult audience, which is strange because the main character is 6 when the novel starts. Like he's young. He might be 8 or 9. He's less than 10 when the novel starts. He's less than 10. There are definitely some adult, like when they're talking about the characters on the plane, they flash back into those stories. And it's definitely like, there's definitely adult themes in there, but it would, I think, be appropriate for like an 8th grade on up. I think it would be an appropriate like read, I think. And it might just be my complete love of the book. So please let me know if you have read it and are thinking of anything. I mean, they read books that have like Speak by Jacqueline Woodson. Like that's a YA book and it's a tough read. One of my students got to like the last 5 pages and she was like, I don't know if I can read this. And I was like, okay, you got to make a choice for you, like, I mean, there's a sexual assault in it. It's difficult to read. There's a lot of trigger warnings in that book. And Dear Edward, I mean, has definitely a plane crash trigger warning, but it's not like, it's not a book that I would call inappropriate for like an older young audience. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense at all? I don't know. Krista, maybe you need to pull up Kindle on your phone and read a lighter book. I tend to maybe agree with that. Although, can you read a Kindle on your phone yet? Or would that be clicking up where you don't have any clicker? Or did you get a new phone? Maybe, I don't know. Dear Edward was a 5-star read. You didn't cry one tear until you read the author's note following the book. I cried so much during that book, but I'm a crier. I am a crier. But yeah, the author's note is, yeah. There's a reason author's notes are worth reading. It's okay. Amy's over here giving her kids interesting books, apparently. Something great. You're so funny, Destiny. The number of times that I have almost called this book the wrong name. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's fine. It's fine. It's a good book. I do recommend the graphic novel of this. I'm sure I recommend this one. I'm sure I have 2 students for sure that have raved about this book. I need to read this book as the non-graphic novel form. I just do. Anyway. Cheating at 25% of Dear Edward and really enjoying it. Good. I have Dear Edward on my bookshelf. I've been watching airplane accidents and investigations on YouTube lately. I mean, I wouldn't get on another airplane after watching that many plane crashes and investigations. I couldn't. I'm not much of a traveler. I wish I was more of a traveler, but I'm really not. So yeah. But I can totally see that. I think I read about a girl falling from a plane or a plane crash only survivor. I think it ended in the jungle for a few days. That sounds very Hatchet-like, which I love Hatchet so much. Hatchet is beautiful. Gary Paulson was like, I loved Gary Paulson. I'm so sad that he died. Not getting to 50 Shades of Grey due to the bad grammar. There's one reason for that. Okay, he's 12. He's not less than 10. I lied. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. He seemed so young. Okay, yeah, Katie knew too. Okay, sorry. Did you forget about the bathroom scene? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, now I need to rethink everything. Thanks for reminding me, though. That I do appreciate that. Yeah, I totally forgot about that scene. Totally. In the plane crash in Iowa, a young boy jumped from the plane while it was tumbling. 2 adult men jumped ahead of him. The young boy was the only of the 3 to survive. Oh, so sad. Planes are scary. Member of the Air Force came to the hospital and awarded him a paratrooper medal, which has made the boy happy after a traumatic situation. Oh, love that. I just started listening to, what's it called? Fostering Resilient Learners, which is about teaching children who have been through trauma, altering childhood experiences. And I literally just started it. I'm maybe 2% in. So, but just the thought of how much trauma can happen due to, and it can be big things, it can be little things. It's just, Man. It's an old full movie about Iowa's crash and how the town responded. Nice. Saw the girl in the jungle crash. She was one of 3 who survived. A very sad situation. Oh, that is very sad. Read the Hatchet in elementary school as well as the K. I remember a 6th grade teacher bawling reading the book. See, teacher cries because of a book in your class, you're going to remember it. I'm okay. He seems really young in the airport scene and very naive and sheltered. And yes, he's very sheltered. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh my goodness. Yes. Good night. Thank you for joining us. It was so nice to see you. Have a great night. How late are you? Well, I mean, we've been on for about 2 hours, but we're not done yet. So you're definitely not too late. I have more sprints in me. I don't know about the rest of you. Listened to Hatchet last year and really didn't like it. I remember you didn't like it. I remember being like, oh, I thought Krista was a nice person. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. We're all allowed to not like books. But I do remember you not liking it. Which I don't know. I love it. And well, part of what I love about it, I think, is that Hatchet is one of the books that has hooked most of my least love, like my students that have, don't love reading, have found their love of reading with Hatchet. And I think that respect that I have for the book in that way, but I remember loving it when I was a kid too. But I feel like reading it as a kid is so much different and has such a different feeling than reading it as an adult for the first time. But yeah, I love it. And it's okay that you don't love it. Now I'm all stressed out about the fact that I said I was going to give Dear Edward to my 8th graders, and I totally forgot about the bad scene in it. Okay. I'm just going to be stressed out about it. It's fine. It's fine. Shoot, going to switch. What are you switching to, Krista? The sequel to Hatchet? I'm just kidding. My favorite books from 7th grade was Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury. So I have read Ray Bradbury's short stories. I haven't read any of his books, which I want to at some point read. Fahrenheit, whatever number comes after that. But what is Martian Chronicles about? One of my favorite stories to teach is All Summer in a Day by Bradbury, and it is like my kids like get indignant about that story. It's Fahrenheit 451. Thank you. But that story is like, I love teaching short stories. I just have so many short stories that I teach that I just love teaching. Like The Landlady, The Lottery. I love teaching short stories. And yeah. Didn't like the affair that was alluded to a couple times in the book, but otherwise I liked Hatchet. Yeah, yeah. I think the main reason you didn't, the narrator, like in the audiobook, or like the narrator voice, like in the story. Because, yeah. No, it's not too late. Give it a shot, Sarah. You could absolutely, or I know that's not your real name, but you could absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Or you could not like it. That would be fine too. Narrator can make or break an audiobook experience. Is absolutely true. Only read Fahrenheit 451. I didn't like that either. Well, Krista, you're just hating on all the books I want to read. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know that I would like it. Like, I don't know that I would like Fahrenheit 451. I love All Summer in a Day and how he wrote it, but like it's an aggravating short story to read because of the actions that the characters are taking. Like, it's kind of frustrating to read for sure. So I don't know how I would feel about Fahrenheit 451. I feel like it would make me mad. And yeah, that's probably why I haven't read it. I don't know. Oh, sorry. One of the worst books in the 8th grade was Stone Angel by Margaret Lawrence. It was about an old woman sitting on a bench with dementia, reflecting upon her life. Don't think it was appropriate. Oh, I have never heard of it. I've never heard of it, but I will not teach it now that you've said that. No. But I don't know how would an 8th grader who has never had any experience with somebody they love having dementia, which let's not, go hoping that have these experiences in order to be able to relate to this story, but how would they like it would probably be beautiful to read it. Like, I think of and every day and every morning the way home gets longer and longer, shorter and short, longer and longer, longer and longer. Like, I think of that, and it's about the grandfather talking to his grandson and explaining what he's going through as he's like in dementia, and it takes him longer and longer to figure out who he is every day. Like, that's like, but like, we don't like, I don't want kids to know that. I don't know. I would not find that. I wouldn't find that appropriate. Yes, Fahrenheit 451. Yeah. Read it a couple of years ago with my son, and you both liked it. Nice. It has different short stories set on or about Mars. Is All Summer in a Day? No, I think All Summer in a Day takes place on Venus. It takes place on a different planet. I think it's Venus. Really enjoy The Martian Chronicles 2. Nice. Most Dangerous Game is my son's favorite short story we read last year for school. I remember reading that when I was in school. I've never taught it though. That would be a good one. I should maybe add that to my repertoire. Audiobook narrator wasn't good. Okay. That can really. My first Kindle book was Stumbling Through, about a guy walking the Appalachian Trail. Really enjoyed it. Nice. Oh. Yeah. Listening to the Paddington Bear series on audio is so calm and relaxed. Oh, Hugh Bonham. I love him. Oh, he would be good. Okay, now I need to put the Paddington series on my just to listen. That would be just so cute and fun to have in the background as I'm doing something else. Oh, I could listen to him read a phone book. Stone Angel is Canadian. Oh, okay. Fahrenheit 451 a couple of years ago. So thought-provoking. I'm really glad you read it. Nice. Good. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, there's more. Sorry. Oops. Great grandmother died from dementia when I was in the 8th. Oh, yeah. See, yeah, you don't want kids. No. I don't want my kids to have experiences with that stuff, and I don't want to do stories that is going to give them a connection to that. There's a fly in here. Sorry. Oh, man. Stumbling through, the guy ends up in a midlife funk, and so his wife puts him in the car with bare minimum supplies and told him to walk until he got over his funk. That's cute. That's cute. I like it. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's do another sprint. Should we do 35 again? I liked it. I liked 35. I was good with it, but we can do less. It's not that hard. I was just being a goof about it, but I liked the 35. Krista, did you say what you're going to read instead? I don't know. Okay. All right. Happy reading, everybody. See you in 35. Hello. How did everybody do? We did have some leave Lindsay and Katie. Thank you all for coming. I got 30 pages. So I am on page 262. And I'm really I really like it. I just keep liking it. We're like within 2 pages of each other. Wait, huh? Okay. Okay. I don't remember where I started. I'm on page 262. I don't remember where I started. I'm just really loving it. Destiny's on 240, Avoiding Dress Sewing Circle. It's just this, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so good. So good. So good. 14 pages. Nice. 55 to 69. The plot thickens. Nice. It's just so good. So part of me was thinking that I would do one more sprint. But I was yawning during that one. So if I do another sprint, it's got to be a short one because I was yawning. Something fierce there. Also still, not enough that I was like, I don't want to read this because it's boring me. Like, that's not what's happening. But yes, Cress and Grace and Cress and Violet. And I love Violet and Landon. Love them. I love them. Love it all. Just love it. Have you ever read a book and you're just like, okay, I'd really like it if this character could just get killed off because they're in the way of the plot that you want it to go and they need to be gone? I've thought that about 2 characters in this book. And yeah. Just tired. Same. I wasn't falling asleep due to boredom. My eyes are just deceiving. Yes. No. Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I thought you were saying Landon's name was actually Lawrence. No. Yes. Lawrence. We're not deceiving. Okay. Anyway. These are not spoilers. We're not spoiling it at all. Like, we're saying character names and man. But there is now a second character that I'm just like, can we just kill this one off? Like, I don't like her. And she's just in the way of the plot and how I want it to go. Oh, man. Anyway. My book, Mom was driving 5 under in the left lane of the California freeway. Reminded me of one of the nights I was driving home on the DC Beltway, so tired. And was coming from New York City. Yeah. Someone needs to walk into the graveyard at night and stay there. That would work. That would work. I'm just plotting, killing people off. That's fine. Tired that I caught myself doing 25. Amazing. I didn't get pulled over or rear-ended. Yeah, I was on the way home from the conference that I was at in Milwaukee. I was getting so tired and I didn't have a soda or anything. And I'm just like, okay, at the next one, I'm going to stop and I'm going to get a soda, like the next exit. And then I just kept on like going and I was like, why didn't I stop? So finally I just stopped and I swear I did like laps around the Quick Trip, the gas station, inside, just walking around. Like I didn't want to even hear I didn't want to buy anything. I was just like, I need to walk for a little bit. And it was cold outside. I didn't want to walk outside. So, yeah. So long story short, I took a nap when I got home. I made the thumbnail for this to do some sprints and then I took a nap. So that was me. Yeah. Yes. For sure. Call the friend or coworker to keep me company on my drive. I did leave an awful long message to a friend. For sure. It's easier when I don't have to concentrate on what they're saying back, though. Is that bad? That's kind of terrible. That's terrible. But yeah, it was. I wasn't like, I don't know. I didn't feel like I was going to fall asleep, but I felt like I was so tired. I don't know. It was just weird. It was weird. Anyway. Should we just do one last sprint? I think that we should. So I'll do a banner. Oh, did it? Okay. Oh, I lost the comments. Yes, that's exactly it. I was like, why is it taking me so long to get home? I knew exactly how long it was going to take me to get home. It was not longer than I thought it was going to take me to get home, but I just wanted to be home. That was it. I wanted to be home and apparently want to take a nap. I don't know, but yeah, it gets long and listening to my book just wasn't listening to a book helps to a certain extent, but at some point I just need to talk. So I either need to talk to someone else or I need to talk to myself out loud. Either one really works, but one of them makes me seem less crazy. So, all right, we will do, I don't know. Let's do a 20-minute sprint. And then we'll just come back and we'll say goodnight. Need to add that. Yes, I have done that. For sure. That is a good time to pray. All right, happy reading. How did everyone do? I read 20 pages. I'm on 284. I think I'm going to see if I can get to page 300 after I get off sprints and stop there for the day. It's kind of a rough stopping point. I'm not really some big stuff is happening. There's an air raid. I mean, it's a World War II book, so we have that happening, and yeah, it's quite a lot. It's a lot. Oh man. Yeah, still really loving it. It's great. So yeah, I hope that you all got some really good reading in. I really enjoyed being able to chat with all of you as we were here. Destiny's on page 265. 8 pages, picking up steam. Very, very nice. Awesome. Wonderful. Yeah, I just really hope that you're all enjoying what you're reading, getting some good reading in. I just really needed to step up my reading game for November. It's been a pretty slow start. Oops, I missed. You're just ahead of me now, and yeah, I need to get back to it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be going back, reading at least a little bit. Page 280. You're welcome, Kim. Thanks for coming. You're welcome. Yay! I had so much fun. I just feel like you are all my friends, and I enjoy getting to spend some time with you, and I just think it's great. So thank you all for stopping and reading with me and chatting with me. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful night and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy reading. Bye.